Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Sunday, November 18th. Hope your weekend's going well. Not too many news items to share today, but I did want to highlight a few important items. And first, let's take a look at the market. We've been talking about XRP surpassing Ethereum even in this massive sell-off and this down market, right? Obviously, we've had a bear market for the most of the year, but it was very surprising XRP taking a number 2 spot, kind of holding steady while the rest of the market, started seeing a major pullback. And there's a big gap, near 2 billion here between XRP and Ethereum, which is very interesting. And yesterday we saw some pumping around XRP as well, and it's currently sitting at just a bit over 50 cents. And it did, I believe, hit around the 51, 52 mark last night. So very interesting stuff happening here. And honestly, remember what we've been talking about, if you've been a subscriber to this channel, where I said XRP will battle Ethereum for the number 2 spot, capture it. I thought it was going to be when the XRapid, when a whole bunch of these banks and financial institutions were live on XRapid and the volume kicked in, but because Ethereum itself is having issues where these SEC release regulations for ICOs, so many of them are going to have to pause, close shop, or look at listing themselves as a security, because a lot of what drives Ethereum's utility is ICOs built on it, right? ERC20 tokens. And probably in this down market, a lot of these ICOs, because they're not raising as much money, it's a bear market, the cash has kind of slowed down coming in, right? The investments, they're probably selling off a lot of their respective tokens to get money so they could pay their bills, right? So that's probably a big part of what's hitting Ethereum very hard. And obviously we saw a big sell-off. Now, I can't say with 100% certainty that this is, that Ethereum is not going to move above XRP again, because it's just a 2 billion gap. But it is a great sign to see if you're an XRP holder. Now, I hold XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and a variety of tokens. I'm most bullish on XRP. And the reason why I said XRP will move to the number 1 spot eventually, it will fight Ethereum, capture number 2 spot, and then battle Bitcoin for the number 1 spot, is because of the utility, because of the use case. That is facts, right? That's logic here, where its use case is so great, where it's going to be leveraged in a payment protocol to disrupt the cross-border payments industry, a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And we know banks send quadrillions per year in money, and that's why the use case is so huge, and I believe it will eventually move to number 1 in the market. So it is very interesting, a positive sign for XRP. Obviously, those who are holding Ethereum are probably not very happy, or those who have a majority in Ethereum. I hold Ethereum, but I'm most bullish on XRP, once again, because of the use case. And it's really a good sign to see XRP kind of rising above all these things that are happening in the market. And we're not the only ones seeing this. We're seeing a lot of the crypto news folks recognizing what's happening. A lot of the people in the market are waking up to wait, why isn't XRP crashing? Why isn't it decreasing? And here, there's this blog post on Cointelegraph saying Ripple continues to rebound while most major cryptocurrencies see mild wave of red. And here also, where they're talking about XRP Ledger transaction volume surpasses total trading volume, are the gears of Ripple's XRapid liquidity pool moving. So now imagine, guys, we only know of 3 financial institutions that are going slated to go live this quarter: Mercury FX, Qualix, and Catalyst Federal Credit Union. And Brad Garlinghouse said dozens next year. So imagine when all of these banks and financial institutions and PSPs start fully on XRapid and that volume kicks in. I'm telling you, there's going to be so many disappointed people who, when I say disappointed, those who are against XRP, those who hold XRP are going to be happy. but there's going to be a lot of awakening. And it's like, oh my God, what's going on? Because we are maturing. We're moving to show me your utility, show me your use case. The speculation write-up is slowly dying down. That's not to say speculation is completely gone. It's always going to be a part of any market, right? But we know the crypto market, for the most part, has always been about speculation. Speculation has been the main driver. But markets have to mature eventually, right? Speculation can only take you so far. You have to have a working product. Show me the working product. What problem are you solving? And this is why I always get pissed at the Bitcoin community, because they're always talking crap about XRP and other tokens, but Bitcoin is slow as hell. We saw what happened last December, where the network gets clogged and the fees go up, and it is now looking like crypto 1.0, while there's other tokens like XRP or Stellar Lumens have moved to maybe 2.0 or 3.0 when you look at the actual facts and the breakdown of usage. And I think as the market matures and the adoption, like XRP, XLM, and these others get adoption and they start moving up in volume, you're going to see decoupling. I absolutely believe that. So once again, I just wanted to highlight what's happening here, in my opinion and perspective. Very interesting, and definitely a good sign for XRP, because the gap is very big and it's been holding that spot for a good few number of days right now. So interesting stuff. Now, speaking of XRP, so the CEO of Binance, many of you know him, very well known person here. He's on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter. He communicates a lot on Twitter. Well, a lot of the XRP community have been asking him, like, hey, when are you going to add XRP as a base currency? Because look what just happened. It moved to the second place. It's been battling Ethereum for the most part throughout the year for the number 2 spot. And we know that they use Bitcoin and Ethereum as base currencies. And XRP is, of course, a superior technology. It's faster, cheaper to use, more scalable, more transactions per second. It can handle more, right? These are all facts. I'm not pulling this out of the air. I've shown you guys that before. And he said here, the XRP base shill is strong. Let's get it out of your system and put all your shills under this one tweet, and let's see how much we get. Now, he's being a bit sarcastic, of course, the shilling part and all of that. But the fact that he recognizes and acknowledges and puts a tweet out about it to say, show me why I should do this. So what I want you guys to do, and I'm going to put a link in the description of this video. If you're on Twitter and you're an XRP holder, go ahead and tweet at him why they should add XRP as a base currency. If you're not on Twitter, I highly recommend you sign up for an account just to do this, because Binance is like the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. It's global, and they're doing some big things. They have a lot of tokens. So the fact that, if you add XRP as a base currency, it's going to be very impactful for the volume moving in the XRP ledger, because people are going to start using it versus Ethereum and Bitcoin, because it's faster and cheaper to use. Many of you know how fast it is. If you transferred, XRP, it happens in seconds to maybe a minute, depending on, which exchange it is. Sometimes you have to go through extra verifications, but it is very, very fast. So I went ahead and tweeted. I know a lot of people in the XRP community have as well. And this is where your voice can be heard, because the crypto community is pretty small, and compared to the rest of the world, so to speak. And he's a guy that's smart. He's a smart guy, and he listens to community. He's if there's any FUD about something going on with Binance, with a hack or whatever, he's there to address it and say, hey, this was the issue, and this is what we did to address it. So he's a fair, logical guy, and I highly recommend, like I said, guys, go ahead and retweet to him why. And you can retweet me if you want, or whatever you want to do, guys. But definitely let's make a push here, because we can influence XRP being added as a base currency. So definitely want you guys to know about that. The next item here, and this is just a follow-up to my conversation on talking about the Bitcoin Cash bullshit fiasco that's going on, infighting. And it is ridiculous. I talked a bit about how the hash power from Bitcoin is being taken and used by the folks, Roger Ver and so forth, to battle Craig Wright and so forth. And actually, there's something I have to show you about Craig Wright. But first, I just want to highlight something here. Rand Neuner of the CNBC Crypto Trader posted. He said, cost of the Bitcoin Cash brand. So far, the direct cost of this war, only electricity / running, is over $600,000 per side, 1.2 million in total. The prize is the use of the name Bitcoin Cash. How long are they willing to go, and how much will they burn for the name? Total ego cost. So okay, that's why I called it bullshit. Bitcoin, you guys know how I feel about Bitcoin Cash. If you've been subscribed, I'm not a believer in it. I believe there's no reason for it. And it was a fork off of Bitcoin, and I believe it was a move of greed, not a move of looking to provide something better. It was a money-making thing, and now they have infighting in between each other, and now it's dragging the market down. It's putting a lot of negative news in the market. But like I said, the silver lining or the shining light here, at least here, or the good part of this, is XRP and other legit tokens like XLM and so forth get to rise above the nonsense and show what they're doing and why it's better. And of course, that their technology is better. So I just wanted to highlight that. Now, let me pull up the Craig Wright. So Craig Wright, the other guy who's, on the other side of the Bitcoin Cash battle here, he's been tweeting nonstop FUD about XRP. And here's his latest. XRP is the biggest scam in the space. I look forward to when this sham is over. This sham offer is revoked. The idea of issuing non-registered securities and selling to noobs who want to get rich without working is nothing new, and neither will be the takedown. So a lot of people replied to him like, I said, notice the deflection here, because Bitcoin Cash is garbage that was forked from Bitcoin and is having massive infighting right now, which shows the centralization within proof of work. And this guy is trying his hardest to bash XRP with FUD. Nice try, Dr. Fraudster. So he's having a battle right now with Bitcoin Cash, and he's right now trying to attack XRP. And that is if you understand human psychology, that is clear what he's trying to do, deflect. Well, don't pay attention to what I'm doing, because I'm doing, stuff that's harming the market and creating a lot of FUD. But look at this other token. XRP, the folks at Ripple never say anything to him or whatever. But here, you see, he continues, XRP idiots and blah, 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 blah. And he's calling folks fools and all of that. So he's trying to go out there and say XRP is a security, it's a scam. And look how many tweets, guys. Someone is protesting a little bit too much. It's not like it's one tweet. It's tweet after tweet after tweet. He's trying to deflect from all the crap that's going on with him and Roger Ver with Bitcoin Cash. So this guy is a clown. And he also come on and said he's Satoshi and all of that. So he's a clown, and as even Rand Neuner said here, this is an ego battle, and I think guys like him are going to be crying when XRP becomes number one, and like I said, once that utility kicks in, and what he's missing as well. Ripple is working with the IMF, the Federal Reserve, and central banks around the world. They've been lobbying politicians. They've been talking to the White House. So, of course, he's not going to mention stuff like that, but that's facts. That's documented, right? I've shared facts of that you can go look it up yourself. And he's out there trying to spread the FUD. But this, like I said, look at the timing of this, right? Like, you would think he would be focused on his little infighting that's going on, but he's tweeting a lot about XRP, and that shows the deflection and the projection that he's trying to make, because his project right now is turning to crap, and it's bringing down the market. So wanted to let you guys know about that, just in case you come across some of the FUD and you're wondering, well, why is he saying this? And when you put the context into what's happening, the timeline, straight up deflection. Next item here, guys. Ronnie Moaz. I've spoken about Ronnie because I met him at World CryptoCon. I listened to his presentation there. Really great stuff. I shared some of the tweets with you guys and some of the quotes. I will be interviewing this week, and I'll be posting the video, so stay tuned for that. And yesterday, he published the following. My recent recommendation, Ripple XRP, best performing name in the top 20 this week, now up 75% for my subscribers. 46-page report available to new subscribers. Standpoint Research. So his company does research on stocks and stock picks and now crypto. Ronnie's a very smart guy, and I'm looking forward to interviewing him. And he's got a lot of thoughts around the crypto market, things around, his thoughts on manipulation, the future of the market, the growth, and of course his picks and things like that. So just want to let you guys know that that's happening. Also, I just want to let you guys know I'm relaunching my website. So if you come on here and you see like empty pages like this, just so you know, it's under construction a bit here. I moved to a new platform and relaunching it and doing some new things. So I don't know how many of you knew I had a website or checked it out, but just to let you know. And I have some interesting content on here. So those of you who are new to the market, I have like terminology. So, for example, what's a fork, or what is capitulation, or what does ICO stand for, or things like that, right? Or so I have a lot of information on here, and of course things around blockchain if you want to learn about blockchain. So if you have family members who are interested and you want to share the site with them, so they can learn some stuff, that'll be cool. Like I said, a little bit under construction. And thank you guys for your support, by the way. And, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please leave your thoughts and comments below. Let me know what you think about this stuff. Don't forget, please tweet at the CEO of Binance. I'm going to put the link in the description. And let's get XRP on Binance as a base currency. So thank you guys once again, and I will talk to you all later.